The Pittsburgh Steelers are switching inside linebacker Mark Robinson's position to fullback, and to be honest with you, it's a very good idea. So, this week in practice, Mike Tomlin has utilized Mark Robinson at the fullback position, and usually he brings that hard-hitting, physical nature to the linebacker group. But now in practice, being able to block people at fullback, it just fits his nature. And Mark Robinson was also utilized at running back during his college career, so he has the skills needed for the position, and he's perfect for this role. But first, before I get more into it, however, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news and updates. Also like this video. Now, let's get right back into it. So, the more you can do to make an NFL roster as a fringe piece, the better. And that even goes for fourth-year inside linebacker Mark Robinson, because he is now taking that to heart as his coaches have asked him to play the offensive position in practice this week in the Trobe at fullback, and he has done so. So the Steelers see Mark Robinson as an athletic, physical specimen who could bring more to the table than just linebacker. He's already a hard-hitting guy there, but he barely sees the field. So in order for him to stick on a roster, he may need to play offense as well, and that's what he's doing this offseason. So Mark Robinson, in college, he was actually a running back at Southeast Missouri State before transferring to Ole Miss, where he switched to the linebacker position for his final year, and then being selected in the 7th round by the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 2022 NFL Draft. So Mark Robinson, the Steelers know that he has the skills needed to be able to play the offense side of the ball. So that's why this week, on some goal line reps in St. Vincent College in Latrobe, he was actually utilized as the fullback. And Mike Tomlin wants to see what he could do at that position. Even after practice, Mike Tomlin was asked why he was given Mark Robinson some reps there. And he said this: he played running back in college. Those of you that are familiar with his resume, and so it's not a completely foreign act. We just want to give him a look at it and see what it looked like. Maybe we'll do some more in the future with him. Maybe we'll do some more with some others. The more versatile you are, it adds to your calls and it adds to ours. End quote. So, like I said, this is a very good idea for the Steelers and just Mark Robinson in general. Because he's on the edge of the roster, the Pittsburgh Steelers have went out, drafted inside linebacker in Carson Bruner this offseason in the draft. They've went out and signed a linebacker in Malik Harrison to the team. So Mark Robinson may be on the outside of this roster and may not make the team, even though he's been a solid player for the Steelers the past 4 years. But this offseason, in order for him to stick, he may need to be more versatile, play offense, and he may make the team. Because maybe the Pittsburgh Steelers decide, hey, if we can have a linebacker, someone who's really good on special teams, and someone we could utilize on offense, might as well keep that guy around. So this actually benefits Mark Robinson that he's getting the extra look by his coaches because they believe he can do it. And when your coaches believe that you're a physical specimen and can play both sides of the ball, that bodes well for you. So when looking at Mark Robinson on this team playing fullback, this is something the Pittsburgh Steelers actually tried out in the past with Kendrick Green. If you remember, they utilized Kendrick Green in the offseason in training camp at the fullback position as well, giving him some reps and even throwing him the football sometimes. And then it was a big thing with some highlights of Kendrick Green catching the ball, running some dudes over. It just never stuck because he's not a player who has enough balance, who has enough speed to be utilized at that position and coordination, but they utilized him there and tried it out. Hopefully with Mark Robinson this time, with his experience on offense in the past and in college, in the running back position, it's actually able to stick and actually be able to be utilized fullback if they need be. So when looking at Mark Robinson as well, he is a physical specimen. He just wants to go out and hit you. He wants to go out and be physical, make all the hard-hitting tackles, and hit stick you at the linebacker position. So him being able to go out and hit you full speed in blocking as well on offense, that bodes well for him. That goes to his physical nature and what he's used used to doing, and that helps out. If you're scared of hitting guys, you're not going to be as good. And maybe that's why it didn't work out with Kendrick Green, because Kendrick Green was never someone who's just going to fall and hit you. But Mark Robinson wants to do that. So with him moving to fullback and getting reps there, it bodes well for how the Steelers want to play and just how Mark Robinson wants to play in general as well, and what he has done in the past. So Mark Robinson has always been a player who I really liked on this team, and someone I believe was a secure tackler. If you want to be a pure run defensive team and you want to get a stop for one specific play, you put in Mark Robinson if you know they're running the ball, and he will find the running back, make the tackle, and cause a big hit and maybe even a turnover based off his physical bringing. He's always a player who I thought was just never given the full opportunity to be that guy based off who they signed in free agency, who they've brought in the draft in the past, and things of that nature. And I believe if he was given the opportunity, he could be a star in this league. But even this time around, this season, it doesn't look like he'll be given that opportunity as well. And that's why they're switching his position and trying new things with him. And I believe that will fit him well. But Mark Robinson has been a player I always liked. So, this week in Latrobe, playing the fullback position actually caught some of his teammates off guard. And they thought it was a joke, it was just a rumor going on that Mark Robinson was actually going to be lined up on offense. Because Patrick Queen, he talked to the media and he couldn't believe that his linebacker teammate, someone who plays right next to him, is now being utilized at fullback. He thought it was a joke. So here's his quote about the surprise of Mark Robinson at fullback. We were talking about it in meetings, and I thought they were joking until I saw him in the offensive room. It was crazy to see him on the other side of the ball. End quote. So obviously you don't expect someone who's lined up right next to you that he's now going to be on the opposite side, and you have to go in and maybe tackle him, or maybe go in and try getting past him on a block. So it's going to be interesting to see if Mark Robinson goes up to the second level and blocks Patrick Queen, because that would just be a funny thing to see. Someone who you work with every day, who's in the same room as you in the linebacker group, is now going to be on fullback trying to block you and trying to lay you out. But obviously Patrick Queen couldn't believe it, and he thought it was a joke, but it's not a joke. Mark Robinson, he could really be a good fullback. And when you look at if he wants to make this team, like I said, they've added so many inside linebackers to this team that he may be on the outside. But also on the other hand, if the Steelers don't want to keep a fullback on this team and want to just utilize someone now and someone once in a while, Mark Robinson can be the guy, or maybe someone else can be the guy. But if they don't want to go and keep a fullback, and they don't want to keep Connor Hayward or someone else who's specifically in that role, Mark Robinson could be a player, if they need be, on the goal line for someone to block, maybe someone to carry the ball. You just throw in Mark Robinson and say, hey, Mark Robinson, we need you here. And he comes in, he plays fullback for a play here and there, and he goes out, plays defense, plays special teams, and does whatever else he needs to do. If he could do it all, he has a good chance to make this roster. And obviously the Steelers coaches are trying to find a way to have him utilized more often. And like Mike Tomlin says, the more plays you could run, the more versatile you could be for the team, the better. So, Mark Robinson, that's the news for today. He has been playing fullback in Latrobe this week and has been given some goal line reps at that position. And it's been a surprise to some of his teammates, but in my eyes, it could be a really good thing, because he played running back, like I said, in offense at college, so he knows what he's doing there. Anyway, that's the end of this video, but let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Your thoughts on Mark Robinson. Do you think this could be good for him? Do you think this will help him make the team? And how do you feel about him being utilized at fullback? Do you think it's just another test and it's not going to go well just like it didn't go well for Kendrick Green? Or do you believe, like I believe, because he has that experience, because of how physical he is, this will actually be really good for him and this team when he's utilized there? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, however. And also, make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn notifications once again for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news, updates, highlights, analysis, reports. Everything surrounding this football team, doesn't matter what it is, all the news from training camp, all the rumors going on with trades, and every new player we get, I'm covering it all. So make sure you stay tuned to this channel for the best spot for Pittsburgh Steelers football coverage And until next time, tomorrow, I'll see you guys all later. That's it for me. I'm out. Peace.